I hear voices. Not good. Simplify. You have x to the 3a plus 2, all that over x to the 2a minus 1. Okay, I'm going to go back and ask you this question before I answer this question. If you have x to the 10th, divide that by x to the 4th, my answer is x to the 6th. What did we do? Subtract the lower power from the higher power, okay, and put where the higher power is. So I'm going to subtract, basically what I'm doing is I'm going to take 3a plus 2, I'm going to subtract 2a minus 1. When I do that, I'm going to get a plus 3. So this turns into x to the a plus 3, and you're done. Right. 73. 73, find the polynomial. Given the roots, you're given x is equal to 1, you're given x is equal to negative 2, and x is equal to 5. This is going backwards. Okay, let's say you found these solutions for a polynomial, and then they want you to go backwards and find the polynomial. If you run this movie backwards, you're going to take everything to the left, to the one side, which is x minus 1 is equal to 0, x plus 2 is equal to 0, and x minus 5 is equal to 0. And then my polynomial is going to be, okay, all these factors multiplied together, so x minus 1 times x plus 2 times x minus 5. Okay, we have to multiply this out, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply these two together first, okay, using distributive property, and then at the end I'm going to multiply the last term. So when I multiply x times the second parenthesis, I'm going to get x squared plus 2x. When I multiply negative 1 times second parenthesis, I'm going to get a negative x minus 2. When I clean this up a little bit before I multiply the last factor, so I'm going to have x to the second, okay, plus x minus 2 times x minus 5. Okay, now I have to multiply these two terms together, so I'm going to multiply x squared times the second parenthesis, which is x to the third plus or minus, okay, minus 5x squared, okay, minus 5x squared. And then x times all of this will give me plus x squared minus 5x. Negative 2 times all of this is going to give me negative 2x plus 10. All I have to do now is clean it up. So when I clean this up, my p of x will look like x to the third. My negative 5x squared plus x squared is going to give me negative 4x squared. Negative 5x, negative 2x is going to give me negative 7x. And then plus 10. This was a polynomial that gave us these solutions as roots. Just going backwards. Alright, so that's 73, so let's go to 74, 75, 76, okay. 74. 74, we are given a quadratic. X squared minus 2x minus 5 is greater than 3. Okay, whenever you're solving a quadratic inequality, you have to take everything to one side and factor, find the critical numbers, do the number line analysis, and then find the solution. So, first thing is I'm going to take that to the other side, and we'll get x squared minus 2x minus 8, okay, is greater than 0. Then I'm going to try to factor. Hopefully I can factor. Sometimes you can't, okay. Then you have to use a quadratic formula. Factors of negative 8, that's going to give me negative 4 and a plus 2. That will work. That will give me the middle term. So my critical numbers are 4 and negative 2. So I'm going to do number line analysis. That's my 0. Call that 4. Make a partition. Call that negative 2. Make a partition. Okay, if you go into calculus, you have to do number line analysis all the time, so make sure you know how to do this. Now we're going to pick a value, any value that I can use. 0 looks like a good one, so I'm going to put a 0 here. I'm going to put a 0 there. When I put 0 there, this becomes negative, and then this becomes positive, so negative times positive is negative. As soon as I know that's negative, I'm going to alternate here and here. Okay, now if I had like a square, I can't do that. If I had a fraction, I can't do that. So be careful. If it's a straightforward polynomial, I can do that. Alright, so I'm looking to see where this thing is greater than 0. Greater than 0 means positive. So that's what that means. It's positive here, it's positive there. It's positive to the right of 4. That means x is greater than. There's no equal sign here, so it just says greater than 4. It's positive to the left of negative 2. That means x is less than negative 2. If they ask you to write an interval notation, this one would be negative infinity to negative 2 parentheses union, okay, 4 to positive infinity. No, you don't have to, Brendan. That was your question. I know. If for example, if there was an equal sign here, okay, then that would get brackets on 4. If there's an equal sign, they would get brackets. Okay? If there's an equal sign, then it'll just get parentheses. Infinity never gets brackets. Right? 75. 75. You guys gotta be kidding me. 6 minus 5x. You guys been doing this type of problem since pre-algebra. Okay. This can be either positive or that could be negative. Positive means 6 minus 5x is less than or equal to 3. Negative means negative of 6 minus 5x is less than or equal to 3. Solve for this. Okay, so negative 5x is less than or equal to negative 3. Divide by negative 5x is greater than or equal to 3 over 5. That's 1. Here, you can multiply both sides by negative 1 or just multiply it through. It doesn't really matter. Okay, so negative 6 plus 5x is less than 3. Take the 6 over. I get 5x is less than or equal to 9. And I get x is less than or equal to 9 over 5. So in interval notation, this would be brackets, 3/5, comma, 9/5, brackets. It's between 3/5 and 9/5. Right, 76. I know I'm going rather fast, but I am recording this, so you can go back home and slow it down. X squared minus 7x plus 12. Okay, all we have to do is simplify. That means I need to factor everything, okay, and reduce. The top one I can factor out an x. That will leave me with a x squared minus 9. And the bottom, I'm looking for factors of 12. I make a 7 out of 4 and x minus 4 and x minus 3 will work. I can factor the top some more because that's the difference of two squares. That's really x minus 3 times x minus 4. X minus plus 3, excuse me. Okay, x minus 3 is going to cancel out. So the only thing that's left on top is x times x plus 3. And what's left on the bottom is x minus 4. And that's it. Okay, you want to leave this in a factored form. The reason you want to leave this in a factored form because it gives you a lot of information. Just by looking at this, I can tell you that this, if you were to graph this, it's going to cross the x-axis at 0. It's going to cross the x-axis at negative 3. It's going to have vertical asymptote at 4. Just by looking at it. Okay? So, that's why you want to leave everything in a factored form. Alright. Now let's get to questions. Please stay within the domain restrictions. Yes. 83 and 85. Ornella. 78 and 79. Yes, Emma. 81. Anything else? 86. You are within domain restriction. Good? Nobody put, huh? 84. Okay. 84. Now again, I don't mind doing these, but remember, just because you watch me do it and you understand when I watch you do it, or when you watch me do it, doesn't mean you're going to do it on the quiz tomorrow or the test. Okay, you actually have to go back and do it on your own. Okay, so make sure you do that. Number 81. Okay, first one. 78. Sorry, I'm not very good at math. 78. All right. So this is 1 over x minus 1 over 5, all that over 1 over x squared minus 1 over 25. There's an easy way to do this, there's a hard way to do it. Or a clever way to do it, there's a hard way to do it. The clever way is, if you notice, the bottom is difference of two squares, and you can factor the bottom. Okay? So 1 over x minus 1 over 5. The bottom can be factored as 1 over x minus 1 over 5 times 1 over x plus 1 over 5. That's the difference of two squares. Now this cancels out. So I got a 1 on the top, I got 1 over x plus 1 over 5 on the bottom. Okay. If you go that far, I will give you full credit, but if you want to simplify some more, you can, and I'll show it to you. I got to add these two fractions on the bottom. I can use my ancient Indian secret here to do that. And that's going to give me 1 over 5 plus x. Then multiply the bottoms together, I'm going to get 5x. This 1 makes this bottom fraction flip. 5x goes to the top, and 5 plus x ends up on the bottom. Oops. That's it. Alright, 79. Says 9 minus x to the negative 2, all that over 3 plus x to the negative 1. Well, this is really 9 minus 1 over x squared, and this is really 3 plus 1 over x. The top is difference of two squares. I can factor the top. That's going to be 3 minus 1 over x, 3 plus 1 over x. And then I have a 3 plus 1 over x on the bottom. So this and this cancels. I got 3 minus 1 over x. Okay, 81. Rationalize 4 over 1 minus rad 5. I'm going to rationalize this denominator by multiplying by the conjugate, which is 1 plus rad 5. If I multiply the bottom by 1 plus rad 5, I have to multiply the top by 1 plus rad 5. When I multiply two conjugates, that's the difference of two squares. I square that one, which is 1, minus, I square this one, that's 5. On the top, I'm going to multiply 4 through, I'm going to get 4 plus 4 rad 5. Okay. When I simplify the bottom, I'm going to get 4 plus 4 rad 5 over negative 4. If you want to leave it like that, that's fine. If you want to reduce it, you have to factor out a 4. Okay? A lot of you do not factor out. Okay? If you do that, it's going to be wrong. 1 plus rad 5, all that over negative 4. This and this reduce. You still have the negative sign, so you're going to get negative 1 plus rad 5. Cannot reduce unless you factor everything. Okay, that's 81, so 83. Okay, 83 is 2. A squared to the third, all that over b. Okay, they want me to express everything in the form that they asked me to, which means bring all the letters to the top. First of all, I'm going to simplify the top, which is 2 to the third is 8, and a squared to the third is going to give me a to the sixth. All that over b. I just need to move the b to the top, which is going to give me 8, a to the sixth, b to the negative 1, and that's done. 84. I have a square root of 9, a, b to the third. Square root of 9 is 3. Okay, and then I have a b to the third. That's really to the 1/2 power. That's what the radical is. Okay, when I raise everything to a power, I'm going to get 3a to the 1/2, b to the 3/2. 85. 85, I have a times quantity 2 over b, all that divided by 3 over a. Okay, when I simplify the top, I'm going to get 2a over b, and this means division. Division turns into multiplication, and it flips. Okay, now I have 2a squared over 3b. Just take the b to the top, that'll give me 2a squared, b to the negative 1, and then you get 3 on the bottom. Alright, we're moving on to next page. Okay. 86, did I forget that? Have a, b minus a, all that over b squared minus b. Factor the top, take out an a, that'll be b minus 1. Factor the bottom, take out a b, that'll be b minus 1 in the parentheses. They cancel out. You got a over b, take the b to the top, and that's going to give you a times b to the negative 1. Yes. Now they told us to move all the letters to the top. Okay. Alright, 87. Let's see. Let's go to. Okay, there's the domain restriction. You tell me. Olivia. 87. 88. Ornella. 81, 91. Yes, Emma. 99. I'm glad you asked that question because it's out of the domain. But there is a parentheses. Okay. 94. All right. Alright, 87. Have a to the negative 1, all that over b to the negative 1 square root of a. Okay, we want to take everything to the top. So this is really a to the negative 1, b to the negative 1, a to the 1/2. So when I take this to the top and take this to the top, you're going to get a to the negative 1, a to the negative 1/2, times b to the 1. Of course, these have same basis, so we can add them together, so you'll get a to the negative 3 over 2 times b, and that's 87. 88. 88, we have a to the 2/3, all that over b to the 1/2. And that is going to be raised to the second power. And we'll multiply that by b to the 3/2. Divide that by a to the 1/2. Alright, I'm going to have to square the first parentheses first, so that means I'm going to get a to the 4 over 3 over b times b to the 3 over 2, all that over a to the 1/2. Okay, we're taking everything to the top, so that means I'm going to take this to the top, I'm going to take this to the top. When I write everything out, this now looks like a to the 4/3, okay, times b to the -1, times b to the 3/2, times a to the -1/2. That and that have same basis. That means I can add the exponents. That means I'm adding 4/3 or plus a -1/2 means -1/2. So let's do that using the ancient Indian secret here. That's going to give me 8 minus 3, which is going to give me 5 on the top, multiply the bottom, so it's going to give me 6. So now my a will have a power of 5/6. Of course, b to the -1, b to the 3/2 is going to give me b to the 1/2, and that's it. Okay, 91 and 94. Alright. 91. 91, I have 8 x to the 3rd plus 27. Okay, if you want to factor this, you have to remember the two formulas. I gave it to you earlier in the year. Okay, one is sum of two cubes, a cubed plus b cubed. That can be factored as a plus b times a squared minus ab plus b squared. You've got to memorize that. Your rooster's going wild, huh? Shut that rooster up. Alright. This is a minus b times a squared plus ab plus b squared. Alright, this one looks like the first one, sum of two cubes, so this is really 2x to the 3rd plus 3 to the 3rd. Therefore, that factors to a small one, which is a binomial and a trinomial. 2x plus 3 is the binomial. The trinomial is you square that, which is 4x squared. The signs are always opposite in the middle. Okay, and then we'll multiply these together, which is going to give me 6x. And then plus, multiply that, square the last term, which is 9, and you're done. It is factored. You can't factor anymore. Okay, 94. You have 4x to the 3rd minus 8x to the 2nd minus 25x plus 50. Alright, when you get something like this, you better cross your fingers and pray, and hopefully this works out easy. Otherwise you have to go p over q's. Yes. So, we're going to try to cut it in half and pray. Hopefully I can factor out something from both of these, which is 4x squared. That will leave me with a x minus 2. If I can get x minus 2 out of this, I'm in good shape. And I can. What I need to factor out is negative 25. That means it's a piece of cake now. Take out what's common, which is x minus 2, and what's left is 4x squared minus 25 is equal to 0. That looks like a difference of 2 squares, so we can go some more. X minus 2 times 2x minus 5 times 2x plus 5 is equal to 0. Okay, when I set this equal to 0, I get x is equal to 2. When I set this equal to 0, I'm going to get x is equal to 5 over 2. When I set this equal to 0, I'm going to get x is equal to negative 5 over 2. Those are my values. Okay. That brings us to alright, what would you like to see there? 99. 101. Emma, how about 97? You asked for 97 last time. You didn't? You asked for 99? Okay, is that it? 102. Alright. Let's look at 99. 99, find the remainder on the division. So they want me to divide, okay, x to the 5th minus 4x to the 4th plus x to the 2nd minus 7x plus 1. They want you to divide that by x plus 2. Okay, and then find the remainder. This is to the first power. If that's to the first power, then you're going to have some choices. Yes. X to the 3rd. Oh, thank you. X to the 3rd. Alright. So this is the first power, so you have two choices. You can either long division or synthetic division. It's up to you. What do you want to see? Synthetic. Set that equal to 0. I get x is equal to negative 2. I put negative 2 on the outside. I got to put all the coefficients down. If there's a term that's missing, I have to put a 0. 1, negative 4, 1, 0, negative 7, 1. The remainder is going to be right there. Alright, synthetic division. Add the first column, multiply by negative 2. Put it in the next column. Add the column, which is negative 6. Multiply by negative 2. Put it in the next column. Add that column, multiply by negative 2, which will give you negative 26. Put it in the next column and add again. Negative 26. Multiply by negative 2. When you multiply by negative 2, you're going to get 52. Okay? Add, you're going to get 45. Multiply by negative 2 again. Okay, you're going to get negative 90. Add, you're going to get negative 89. Your remainder is negative 89. Alright, 101. 101, I have 12x to the 3rd minus 23x to the 2nd minus 3x, okay, plus 2 is equal to 0. And they're telling me x is equal to 2 is a 0. They want me to find the other solutions or the roots. Okay? That means they're telling me this is going to work. So we don't have to do p over q's. They've already given you one of these. So you're going to put 2 outside. I have a 12, okay, negative 23, and negative 3, and 2. Because they're telling me it works, I know I'm going to get a 0 there. If I don't get a 0, I made a mistake someplace or they're lying to me. Okay, 12. Multiply, 24. Add, 1. Multiply, 2. Add, negative 1. Multiply, negative 2. Works. What's left is this, and it goes down by 1 power. So 12x squared. Okay, plus x minus 1 is equal to 0 is what we have. We're going to factor this. Okay, if we can't, we'll have to use a quadratic formula. But I can factor this. 4x and 3x. Okay, and it's going to be a plus 1 and a minus 1. When I set this equal to 0, I'm going to get x is equal to 1/4. When I set this equal to 0, I get x is equal to negative 1/3. Right, 102. 102, they give me 12x to the 3rd plus 8x to the 2nd minus x minus 1 is equal to 0. And they're telling you all the solutions are rational between plus and minus 1. Oh, thanks. That doesn't help me a whole lot. Okay, a little bit, but not much. Okay, if I want to factor this, I like to cut it in half, but it won't work. So I have to go p over q's. For the last time, here we go. P. So our factors of the last term, which is plus or minus 1. That's good. We only got that. Q's are factors of the leading coefficient, which is plus or minus 1, plus or minus 2, plus or minus 3, plus or minus 4, plus or minus 6, plus or minus 12. Okay, what are my P over Q's? My P over Q's means I am putting each one of these underneath that, which is going to give me plus or minus 1 when I put 1 underneath that. When I put 2, I'm going to get plus or minus 1/2. When I put 3 underneath that, I'm going to get plus or minus 1/3. When I put 4, I'm going to get plus or minus 1/4. When I put 6 underneath that, I'm going to get plus or minus 1/6. And then finally, plus or minus 1/12. Alright, well, I can eliminate that because they told me it's between 1 and negative 1. So your guess is as good as mine. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times 2, 10 choices. Using synthetic division, I have a 12, 8, negative 1, and negative 1, and then I need to get a 0 right there. So you tell me what number should I pick? Huh? 1/2? Okay. 1/2. 12. Multiply. 6. Put it right there. Add them together. You're going to get 14. Multiply, which is going to give me 7. Put it right there. Add it together. You're going to get 6. Multiply. Never mind. That didn't work. Okay, any other choices? Negative 1/2? Yeah. Olivia? 1/3? Positive 1/3? Positive 1/3? Olivia? Okay. Alright. I should trust you. Josh, I don't know if I'll trust him ever again. 1/3. Alright, here we go. 12. Multiply, I'm going to get 4. Okay? And add, I'm going to get 12. Multiply, I'm going to get 4. Add, I'm going to get 3. Multiply, I'm going to get 1. That's great. Alright, so what I have left is 12 x to the second plus 12x plus 3 is equal to 0. Alright, I can reduce this just by dividing across by a number. So what number can I divide across by? 3. So it'll be 4x to the second plus 4x plus 1 is equal to 0. Now I'm going to try to factor this. I'm looking for factors of 4. Okay? And I need to make a 4 in the middle. What should I try? 4 and 1 or 2 and 2? 2 and 2. 2x, 2x. Factors 1 and 1, and that will work. Okay, is equal to 0. So I get x is equal to negative 1/2 from this, and I get same thing here, x equal to negative 1/2. You're close, Josh. Should have been negative. Alright. Let's finish this page. So let's go from 103 to 117. Yeah. 112. Olivia? 104 and 105. Yes, ladies. 107 and 108. 112 and 113. Yes. 115. 116. Okay, here we go. 104. This is a hard one. You better pay attention. We had this on the quiz before. So, most likely, you will see it again. Deja vu. Because this is important. Your first, and I'm telling you right now, and there will be about 25% of you will do exactly what I tell you not to do. One thing you cannot do is you cannot cross multiply here, because this x, you don't know to flip the inequality or not, because x could be positive or negative. So what you have to do is you have to take everything to one side. So you have a 2x minus 1, all that over 3x minus 2 minus 1 is less than or equal to 0. And then you have to combine these two fractions. Another way of saying 1 is 3x minus 2 over 3x minus 2. So I'm going to get 2x minus 1 minus 3x minus 2, all that over 3x minus 2, because they're going to have the same denominator. Clean it up. On the top, I'm going to get a negative x, and then that's negative, and that's a positive, so positive 1, all that over 3x minus 2. Matter of fact, this exact problem, I think, was in the quiz. Alright, once you get to here, they have no choice but do number line analysis. Figure out what turns the top into 0. What turns top into 0 when x is equal to 1? What turns bottom into 0 when x is equal to 2/3? So those are my two critical numbers. Okay, I have to do number line analysis. So call this 2/3, call this 1. Okay, my zeros here. I have a partition here and I have a partition there. Alright, I have to test every single interval. I'm going to put 0. When I put 0 here, top becomes positive. When I put 0 there, bottom becomes negative. So that's going to be negative. Pick a number between 2/3 and 1. Let's say 0.9. That's almost 1. Putting 0.9 here, top is still positive. Putting 0.9, that's almost 3. 0.9 times 3 gives you almost 3, which will give you a positive when you subtract 2. So that's going to be positive. Put a big positive number, like a billion. Okay, this top becomes negative because of the negative sign. Okay, bottom is positive because of when you subtract 2 from billion, you're going to get positive. So negative or positive is negative. The question we're asking is, where is this thing less than 0? It's less than 0 there, it's less than 0 there. So it means left of 2/3 is less than, okay, 2/3. Now, notice there's an equal sign here. Okay, but it's greater than or equal to, x is greater than or equal to 1. I have to put equal sign on 1, but not on 2/3, because 2/3 came from the denominator, and I can never have a 0 in the denominator. Okay, so that's my final answer. If you want this in interval notation, it will be negative infinity to 2/3 with the parentheses and a union brackets 1 to positive infinity. That is interval notation. It means the same thing. I'll take either one. Alright. Working hard, David? Seems like I'm working hard. You already know how to do this? David, is it on the review sheet? Okay. Alright, 105. Alright, here's a quadratic inequality. That means I have to factor, do number line analysis. I try to factor, I can't factor. If I can't factor, I have to go to quadratic formula. X is equal to negative b plus or minus square root of ab squared, which is 1, minus 4 times a, which is 1, times c, which is 1, all that over 2 times 1. When I simplify this, I get negative 1 plus or minus square root of a, negative 3 inside the radical, all that over 2. This cannot happen. What that means is it never crosses the x-axis. But you should know by now, this is a parabola. And you should know that parabola opens up. So, if it opens up and never crosses the x-axis, it's going to be somewhere here, and here, and here. If that's the case, where is this parabola above 0? Always. So, all reals. Alright, next one. 107. X minus 1 over y. All that over x over y. Alright. This, all I'm doing is simplifying. This is really x over 1 minus 1 over y. All that over x over y. I can use my ancient and secret to simplify this. Multiply there, multiply there. That's going to give me xy minus 1. All that over, multiply the bottoms, and we'll get y. Divided by x over y. Okay, that means xy minus 1 over y minus 1 over y times y over x. The y's are going to cancel. Final answer, xy minus 1 over x. Alright, 108. Simplify. 1 over x minus 2 minus 1 over x plus 2. Okay, again, we can do the ancient and the secret to add and subtract these two fractions. Cross multiply, you're going to get x plus 2. Cross multiply, you multiply by negative 1, so you're going to get negative x plus 2. All that over, multiply the bottoms, leaving a factored form. X minus 2 times x plus 2. X's cancel out. You're going to get 4 over x minus 2 times x plus 2. Done. Okay, next one is 112. Oh, this is a hard one. Only the smartest kids at Westfield can do a problem like this, so you better pay attention. Yes, not everyone can do this. This is the problem that all Mount Carmel kids would not be able to do. If I say f of 2, what would you do? Okay, if I say f of negative x, what would you do? Plug it in. I will take that for an answer. Because wheels might come off the bus if you try to simplify this. But I'll simplify it. Alright, 113. Oh, are you kidding me? You guys are killing me. Alright, f of x plus h. What are you supposed to do? There you go. X plus h squared plus 2 times x plus h plus 5. Done. For right, if you were in my calculus class, no, but now, yes. Simplify it. Okay, 115. Okay, 115. Oh, another hard one. A is equal to 16, b is equal to 9. They want you to find what a plus b to the negative 1/2 powers. A is equal to 16, b is equal to 9, negative 1/2 power. 25 to the negative 1/2 power. 1 over 25 to the positive 1/2 power. 1 over square root of 25. 1/16. 1 over 8 x to the third to the 1/3 times 4x to the second to the 1/2. Alright, 1/2 power really means square root. So this is really square root of 4x to the second. 1/3 power means cube root of 8x to the third. What is square root of 4x squared? Which is 2x. 2x. What is the cube root of 8x cubed? It is 2x. It is still 1. Alright, our favorites, logarithms. (117) through 137. Yes. 120. Yes, sir. One what? 118? What, Brittany? It is. 118. Yes, sir. 122. Alright, 118. Okay, I'll wait. This is e to the 3 ln of k. This 3 lets us move to the top because of the power rule. That's e to the ln of k to the third. This is base e. But the logarithm here is also in base e. When the bases match up, they undo each other. Please don't say cancel. They undo each other. They're k to the third. 120. 120, you have 10 to the power of 2 plus log of 7. Alright, this is kind of clever. This is the same thing as 10 to the second times 10 to the log of 7. Means the same thing. But 10 to the second is 100. That base is 10, but that base is also 10 because it's just plain log. So that means they're going to undo each other and we'll get 7. So the answer is 700. 122. Simplify. I have a log base 3 of 2 plus log base 3 of 4 minus 3 log base 3 of 5. Take that 3 to the top. 3 to the 5 to the third power is going to be 125. So I have a log base 3 of 2 plus log base 3 of 4 minus log base 3 of 125. Now I'm just going from left to right. In logarithms, okay, addition means multiplication, so this is log base 3 of 8 minus log base 3 of 125. In logarithms, subtraction means division, so that's log base 3 of 8 over 125. Okay, 133 and 134, last two. 133. Simplify log base 10 of 10 to the 1/2. That base and that base match up. They undo each other, I get 1/2. 134. Okay. Log base 10 of 1 over 10 to the x. That is the same thing as log base 10 of 10 to the negative x when I move it to the top. Now the bases match up. My final answer is negative x.